Okay, we are live. All right. So let's give it a few seconds. Let me fix the one connection that is not connected. Of course, always have something that doesn't connect right. It wouldn't be alive without it.
Right.
Okay. There we go. Okay, got that fixed. So, all right. I am Nicole with Repairs First Association. I handle training and help out with marketing in the back end and work with members. And so, with me today, I have Chris with Smartphones Plus, and we're going to talk about an award that they recently got. Well, I'm not going to say it because I might say it wrong. So, I want to give you but then we're also going to talk about what you guys do, how you work with stores. Black Friday's coming up. Stores may be looking for a place to buy amazing gadgets to sell for Black Friday. So we'll definitely touch on that. So, Chris, give us a rundown about Smartphones Plus, what you guys do, what you sell now, and then we're going to get in a little bit about your history, like how you guys started. But what do you do right now for someone that's just watching? Maybe they're watching the replay and they just want to see if this is something they'd be interested in watching. What do you guys do
Yeah.
now?
Yeah. So thanks for having me, Nicole. I appreciate it.
Mhm.
And appreciate all your support over the years too. I really do.
Thanks.
Yeah, of course. So Smartphones Plus, yeah, we started back in 2018 an electronics trade-in platform, which is on our website. So individuals and businesses can go to our website, have old smartphones, laptops, computers, um, headphones, smartwatches, servers, networking gear, even digital cameras, kind of everything. Go on our website, get an instant quote. Just have to put in the model number, the condition of it, storage size, carrier, and we have live pricing on there. So at any given day, any time of the day, you can see exactly how much we're paying for these devices. Um, and if the user wants to go through with selling it to us, the process is super similar to shopping for anything. So just like if you're shopping on Best Buy or Target.com, put in your information, name, phone number, address. The only difference is you're not paying us, you're selecting how we pay you. So Venmo, check, bank transfer, PayPal, etc. Um, and then you get a confirmation email with the shipping label and a QR code. And the rest of the process is similar to an Amazon return. So you take that QR code to the local post office, show the clerk, they'll print the label off, box it up, and it comes to our facility here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, where then we test all the devices and then pay out individuals and businesses for all this old tech that they might have laying around, or they went through a tech refresh or whatever it is. Um, and then we resell everything online. So we sell on e-commerce marketplaces and work with a lot of repair shops around the country to provide a good source of used electronics for their store to resell to people in their store. So that's
Nice.
basically what we do.
That's awesome. Okay. And so you guys are an RFA member, which is awesome. And when you reached out to us, you spoke about getting listed 2025 Inc. 5000 list. Can you explain a
Yeah.
little bit about that?
So 2025 fastest growing companies in America, we got listed on there as one of the top 5,000 fastest growing companies in the United States. So we're pretty proud of that. It's not
It's an
something.
accomplishment.
Yeah, it's a huge accomplishment
I
for
mean,
us.
I've always wondered like how do they even know that?
Right. No, I know. Yeah, you have to submit a whole bunch of stuff to get on there, and they actually
Wow.
verify that what you're saying is legitimate and everything. So yeah, it's a big accomplishment to get on there, and we're pretty proud of it. Number 10 in the whole state of Iowa. I mean, we're
That's
pretty.
great.
Yeah.
Congratulations. So,
Yes.
okay. So, tell us how you started. Okay, so like what year, what was the initial plan? How did you start? Because I think your
Yeah.
story is great. I mean, I have known you guys for a long time. And so tell us, what was your vision? Because I always like to show people how your vision can change, and that's okay. So,
Right.
what was it when you first started?
The vision definitely changed, and it's definitely okay to change the vision along the way. And I think it's you kind of have to
Yeah.
evolve, change your vision, especially when you're trying to grow and grow and grow. And that's kind of what we've always been doing. But the vision or how it started, I guess, back in 2017, I was working full time I was going back to school at the time too, University of Minnesota. I always wanted to do something in finance or business. I didn't know exactly what. And then I was just doing research online to start a business. And I saw this guy out in New Jersey, and he was just buying devices off of Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist at the time, and then just reselling them on eBay. He wouldn't even fix them. He wouldn't do anything to them, just resell them. So I looked in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and on the marketplace, and I was like, oh, there's a ton of people selling their old tech. And then looked on eBay, and I'm like, well, they're selling it for a lot less than what the market value is on eBay. So I went out, purchased the phone, I listed it on eBay. It sold within 24 hours. I made $50 profit. And the whole process for me meeting up with them, listing it, shipping it out, it took me a whole hour. So, I mean, I was pumped, right? Like an extra $50.
Yeah. You're like, look, I'm hooked. You've got this fish.
Right. So that was the hook for me. And then I started putting ads out, I buy phones and on Facebook, Craigslist, and people kept reaching out to me and then referring me, and nobody knew what to do with this old tech. So I was like, okay, I'm on to something. And then I have two brothers. One was going to the University of Iowa at the time. The other one lived about 40 minutes away in another town. I was like, you guys have to do this with me. Whatever money you keep, as far as profit, you keep it. Whatever money I make, I'll keep. And we'll just grow the brand using the name Smartphones Plus. And same thing happened to them in their cities, where referrals kept coming in, and it just kind of spread the word there. So we're like 2018 probably at this point, and we're like, we have to create a website and have people all over the United States mail us these devices. And that's what we did. And we found out real quickly that it's very expensive to market to the whole United States, especially when you don't have any investors, no funding. I mean, we were just bootstrapping this company, saving all the profits and reinvesting it back into the business.
Awesome.
And then mid 2018, that's kind of when I no longer had a job anymore. So I was fully invested into this, and I just needed to get a few devices a day, and I was good.
And you had calculated it down and figured out what you needed to do to leave your job. Right. And then,
Yes. So
that's a big thing. I mean, because through Cellbotics, we work with a lot of people. I mean, RFA gets people that are new too, but primarily they're helping people that own shops and vendors, that kind of thing. But Cellbotics, we specifically work with brand new people. So it's always an interesting and very scary transition. And we never rush people. We're like, do not rush to do that. You have to do it very strategically, right? You want to talk about that process a little bit because you're where, as someone that sells to shops, right? You sell devices now and you buy devices. Yep. Knowing really where they come from and what they go through, I think is going to connect for them and make them feel really comfortable working with you. So what was that like a little bit if somebody's watching and they're in that transition phase too? I mean, did you just jump in head first, or did you do it calculated?
Definitely calculated.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was probably doing it for close to a year before I actually didn't have a job anymore. And I knew just based off the calculations and based off what I was making from the previous year, I had data at this point, at least a year's worth of data. So I could see what I was actually bringing in. And by no means was I paying myself a lot. I mean, I was like scraping by, making.
You're in the food line down at the church.
I wasn't going out to eat. I wasn't, going to do any fun things. There was no vacations. There was nothing fun. It was just work, business, school, hang out with my family for the brief time that I had. And I just cut all expenses as much as possible. And that allowed me to pay for everything with the business and also continue to reinvest in the business, which was huge. I always look at successful people out there, multimillionaires, billionaires. What do they do? What's their story like? What's their journey? What's kind of methodology, or what's going through their head, or what are they doing? And if you do just light research, you find out that all the successful people have a very similar mindset, and it's just, you have to sacrifice up front. So, I mean, we're in that mindset, myself and my brothers, where Even to this day, we don't pay ourselves, like an executive salary. We're still fully invested in putting a ton of we pay ourselves more than we did.
Right. Now you can go to dinner sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, we can go to dinner sometimes, right? But we're still like investing all the profits right back into Smartphones Plus, and that's why we've been able to continuously grow the way we are.
That's awesome. Have your brothers, Devin and Kyle? It's Devin and Kyle, right?
Yeah, Devin.
They have always been on with you since the beginning, or did you decide to bring them on after a while?
Yeah, maybe basically since the beginning. I mean, probably 6 months after I started it, and that's when I was like, this is so easy that you guys have to do it with me. And it's not like there's a set schedule of when to do it. You're just meeting up people on the side. My brothers, they were going to college at the time, so they didn't have a lot of time either to do it. But just meet up in between classes, to buy somebody's phone at a local gas station or some public place.
But you eventually did open a store. Or
yes.
How many stores did you open? How many stores did you have? Because the way that I met you was you guys came to Cellbotics. So shameless plug there. You know what I mean? You guys did come and see us at Cellbotics. I think I was still training classes then. Was I the trainer?
You were the trainer. You did it all online for us. So no, it was great because Kyle, my brother, he's like, why aren't we repairing any of this stuff? And I was like, I don't have time to repair it. I don't know how to repair it. And my other brother was the same. He's going to school, doesn't know how to do it, doesn't have time to think about repairing. And so he started, looking up YouTube videos and kind of like tinkering around the classic way that we all kind of get started in repair, right? Yeah. And then we're like, okay, we're like breaking like simple stuff. It seemed like there's got to be somebody that can help us. And then that's when we found you, with Cellbotics, and you did like a remote class with us. You spent 2 days with.
Oh, I remember now. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. You taught us so much that we stopped breaking stuff, and we were like fixing all this stuff. And then we got into the cell phone groups and all that, and just started talking to people and learning and seeing all the advice out there in those groups. With different phones and all that. And we stopped breaking stuff. And we were like certified.
That's awesome.
And then we ended up, we opened up, 2 stores. So we had landlords to help get our foot in the door. And awesome. We opened one in Cedar Rapids and then another one down in Iowa City and Coralville. And this was 2020 when these stores were opening.
How long have you had your stores? Because I know that you now have like a facility, but you've also recently closed a store. I think I've got a freeze on the internet. I don't know if it's my internet.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I don't know if I was frozen or you're frozen.
It was both frozen. I don't know. I saw the.
Okay. I was like, wait, I'm still talking. Is it me?
Okay.
Maybe
so we opened both of our stores. It was 2020.
Maybe you can let us know.
Spring, COVID.
Yeah. If anybody's watching, if you can let us know which one of us is frozen, because it's kind of hard to tell. But if it's not me, I think Chris actually, they just recently closed their last store, and so they are, but they've owned stores, ran them profitably, and they've just pivoted into more buying and selling and dealing with stores. Chris is frozen now. Okay. So it's not me. I was like, man, I'm looking at my internet. Because I go live all the time. I literally have like an internet thing here that's checking speed and like trying to make sure, because I hate being frozen. Okay, Chris, so it is you, if you can hear us. So we'll let him handle that. Thanks everyone. I appreciate you letting me know. So Chris, I think that's what they're doing now is focusing on selling to stores and buying from stores and people who are just selling devices. So even if you don't have a store and you're like, maybe you're a phone flipper, right? And you want to sell your items, you can go to their website and you can do that. Thanks guys. Everybody and gals, whoever's commenting, thank you for letting us know who's frozen. I appreciate that. We're going to talk about some other things, which would be what are some, it's basically categories that repair shops should focus on. So I'll give him a chance to come back.
Here I am.
Okay, there he is.
dropped off. We're in a high
Can you
tech
hear?
deal with the high tech problems, right?
Right. It's like,
So
how many
crazy.
texts does it take to fix internet issues? We always have some internet issue.
I know.
Okay, so I have a question for you. So these are more related to the industry and how we can help shops, maybe give them some insight.
Yeah.
Because you've definitely been where they are. When did you close your last cell phone store, like retail store?
We just closed a couple months ago, the end of September. So it's fresh
Awesome.
that we
Mhm.
shut them down. Yep.
Got it. Okay. And I'm sure that was a painful process because cell phone shops, they become a part of you when you, especially when you have multiple of them, they're such a huge part of your life. So I'm sure that was a huge decision.
It
Um,
was.
but we talk about your vision changing and that being okay. And I can relate to that a lot. Going from, at one point I had 10 different flea market spaces, which I say stores, but if people were to look at it, they're like, oh, that's not really retail. No, it wasn't. It was a booth selling devices, fixing devices inside different flea markets across Texas, New Orleans, and Georgia. But it
Mm.
was such a big part of my life when I shifted to training and I realized, wow, okay, I got to figure out where my time is best, right? And I said, okay, I got to close some of these stores off on that side of the country. It's very hard to just manage all this spread out. It was really difficult. So, I mean, you guys are all in now working with shops. Are you buying from like phone flippers, shops, individuals? Are you selling, like, what is your plan now? Like cell phone smarts, I mean, what is this gonna be now?
Yeah. So
Mhm.
the stores were like a launching pad for us. So we were not necessarily a repair shop first. We were a used cell phone store essentially.
Ah,
So
okay.
yeah, so when we build our stores, if you were to look them up online, you see that they kind of mimic like a carrier store. We got a couple tables in there with phones on them and all that. And then we did repairs too, sold accessories and kind of everything else. Um, so we had the online trade-in business, and that's how we were supplying the stores with phones and iPads, smartwatches, all of that. Um, so that's how we got started with the stores because nobody was
Yeah,
selling devices online. We
right.
weren't getting orders. So, but it all
Yeah.
changed in 2020 when COVID hit and we were opening our stores and I don't know if I got cut off when I was telling this part, but we got
Good.
listed on 4 comparison websites in the United States that compare who's paying the most for electronics, similar to like Orbitz or Priceline, where you're comparing hotel rooms and travel and all that, except it's the opposite. Who's paying the
Wow.
most for the iPhone? So we got listed on that, and it's like affiliate marketing essentially. So anytime somebody places a trade-in order on our site, we just pay a fee, which was the perfect model for us because we didn't have $5,000-$10,000 to spend on experimenting with Google Ads or Facebook or anything at the time. It was a ton
Right.
of money to us. It still is a lot of money, right? Um, so that blew us up. We started getting orders every month. The orders were actually coming in, boxes were coming in,
Wow.
devices in it, and that tripled our business that year. And that was supplying the devices in our stores.
Now,
And
I'm sure
yeah,
people watching are saying, but how did you get listed there? Like, how do you get listed on these places? And because I know I'm sure some people look at them and think, oh, they can't really send you business. So some people may be watching this and like, what? He actually got business through it. Like, well, then how do I get listed on a website that's talking about this too? Did you do something or they found you?
we reached out to them,
Oh,
and
good.
we were
Good
just doing
marketing. Huh?
research.
Just
Yeah, we
reaching
just
out.
reached out to them. It's all about just talking to everybody, talking to anybody and everybody that you can. If you don't try, you already failed, right?
That's right.
You might as well just do it because what's the worst they're going to do? Say no. Well, if you don't say anything, you're already not going to get a result from it, right? So we just put ourselves
Right.
out there, and it's all about being professional, respectful, and providing what they want. So there was other competitors in this space that were listed on there already that have been in this business, this trade-in business for years. Um, so it's just about, what are they doing? What kind of policies do they have? What can we see from looking at their site? Professionalism, treating customers right, all that, and that's kind of been our motto from day one. So just presenting yourself the right way and being professional and
That's awesome.
you know, we
Yeah.
got this on all of them.
That's awesome.
We didn't
That's
take that
great.
opportunity for granted, right? So,
What year did you guys become Repairs First Association members? So was it pretty quickly once you started your stores? I know that you've been a member for a while. It's probably I can't remember, but I mean, so you guys are taking advantage of the benefits of being a
oh,
member, obviously.
yeah, great benefits with RFA, and especially since all the stuff with Cellbotics came over and you merged everything right in the training. I think that was years
Yeah.
ago at this point now,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
I mean, just from the documentation that you've provided in there, that's massive benefit for everyone. And not
Awesome.
that's just the tip of the iceberg of it, right? I mean,
I know.
there's so much more in there. It's like so
You really have to take time to go through it.
you have to take a lot of time to go through it, but when you're building a business the right way for scaling and trying to grow it, all that stuff is what you need to do. And it's very time consuming and can be very overwhelming to go out and do research for that on your own. And to be honest, sometimes you don't know even what to research. If it's like you don't know what you don't know, right? But when
You can't ask a question you don't know needs to be asked.
right, exactly. But you laying it all out there, it's like amazing.
That's great.
Which
Well,
reminds
thank
me,
you.
we probably need to look in there. There's probably stuff we could still take advantage of that's in there.
100%. And we're going to get you put up as a vendor too, which I'm excited about. So we will definitely, everybody watch for that because we'll have some special deal or something from you guys for everybody. So let's get a little bit of information about the industry for people that are watching, maybe get some insights from you, get your opinion, right? What are the most profitable categories repair shops should focus on when buying or selling right now, heading into 2026? You
Yeah.
know, there's a lot of buzz about devices and the value and the breakage and how they're going to break. And so if somebody's looking, buying, selling, what does it look like to you? What are you guys seeing? What are you thinking they should focus on categories?
Yeah. So obviously iPhone, everyone always wants iPhone, but you're always competing with higher prices. But if you can get them for the right price, they basically sell right away. But we look for categories that not everybody's competing for. So we really love smartwatches. There's a good margin on smartwatches. A lot people love to have a smartwatch these days. iPad tablets, and we're really seeing a lot of laptops. I mean, over the last 5 years, people have really, with remote work and students it seems like they all have a laptop or an iPad or some kind of tablet, one of the three. So we're seeing a lot of increased demand for laptops, and Samsungs are great too, because a lot of people don't provide, a lot of companies, I guess, like trading companies, they don't necessarily always compete for some of the Samsungs or Androids. We love that category for that reason. Drones is big. I mean, if you can sell them online, there's not a lot of people selling drones. And we also like the action cameras. So like the Insta360 cameras, the GoPros, there's a lot of obviously social media, influencers and people making videos all the time, content, and they're buying these type of cameras and they hold their value like crazy. We love the story, and there's not a lot of people competing against it. So
what if a shop has never thought to buy cameras like that?
Right.
And they're like, okay, I'm listening to Chris. It seems like he knows what he's talking about, right? How do they know where to start on how much to pay for these things? And is there a place they can go on your website to get like just some quotes, even though they don't have the product, so they can say, okay, this is kind of what I'd be able to sell it for right now? Or how can they reach out? Like they could just talk to you guys, because maybe like, okay, I have 3 shops. I want to start putting some ads out that I'm buying these things, but I don't even know where to begin, like how to start buying them to then resell them to you. Do you guys, I mean, have you helped anybody through that process or something? Because I'm sure there's some areas like that the shops are just now thinking about hearing about it from you.
Yeah. You can always go on our website, smartphonesplus.com. We have all the pricing live on there. We work with repair shops that do this exact thing. They literally just go on our website and use our pricing. And sometimes they'll say we're buying something for $100. They'll go out and buy it for $70 and sell it right back to us. Or preferably they put it in their own store and make even more than that, right?
I see, yeah.
But any overflow that they have, they then sell it to us is basically what happens. Stock their store first, still get the devices in, sell it to us. They're not going to make as much as you would obviously selling in your own store, of course. Right. But then that keeps that supply going. You don't have to turn away customers that are coming in to try and trade in devices. But honestly, you can never go wrong with evaluating the market using eBay, right? That's
Mhm.
how we started. It's just evaluating what they're selling for on eBay. And honestly, that's a lot of what we still do today is evaluate how much is this GoPro selling for on eBay. And then based
Mhm.
off that, we have a whole calculator with all of our expenses and operational costs, shipping, fees, all of that in
Yeah.
there. And we punch in a number, what it's selling for, and then that spits out, okay, based off the margin
Awesome.
we want to make, it will tell us how much to buy it for. And that's essentially what really any repair shop can do, or really anybody. Um,
Yeah.
Anybody can do that.
Yeah, I'm
So
sure some people watch like a sheet. I need a sheet. You probably could
yeah,
sell the sheet. Okay.
yeah,
Uh,
right.
you probably good.
Yeah,
Because some people don't think about that. You have to calculate everything,
measuring.
everything is a small piece of everything you're doing. Okay. So, what are, in your opinion, the most common mistakes repair shops make when selling devices to buyback companies? And how can RFA members avoid them? So, if, you're speaking to some RFA members, is there, I mean, even if you're not a member, but like common mistakes that they can avoid when they're selling it to a company like you that they would consider a buyback company.
Right.
I would say maybe first not checking the price you're buying it for.
Right. That's going to be a huge one, right? Just verify it on our website, what we're paying for it. Obviously, make sure you don't pay more than that.
And don't
Um,
wait a month. And they say,
don't
well, a month ago I seen you paid 100 for it, and today you're paying 60. Well,
exactly
you got to be in the moment. So listing quickly, probably, right?
listing
Getting
quick.
in.
And yeah, we have a lot of customers that'll submit the order online, or you can reach out to us and have a direct relationship with us, and we'll lock the prices in for 20 to 30 days. So you do have a little bit of time to ship it in, and you know what you're going to get back. But yeah, that's the biggest thing. Check the prices, ship it in as fast as you can. Make sure there's no activation locks on there, right? That's going to kill all the money. We can't pay anything for lock devices, meaning iCloud or activation
Mhm.
locks. Um, and inconsistent grading too. So look at our grading. We have it all on our website. The definition of excellent, good, fair, broken, all of that. Make sure that you mimic those same guidelines in your store when you're buying it, or very similar to it, because that can also, if you think it's a perfect condition phone but there's scratches on it and we have to mark it as good, it's going to have to lower the price a little bit. um,
Mhm.
and then just making sure that the data is all cleared off of devices. I mean, if it's not the worst scenario, because we'll wipe it and provide a certificate of data destruction, but that's kind of like an extra verification step to make sure iCloud's been locked out, or FRP, all this stuff.
That was another question that I had on here was about your data wiping,
Yeah.
and proper handling. Do you guys buy from schools like nonprofits and businesses?
Yes, we do. We basically buy from all industries across the board,
Got it.
and all of them. Once you start getting into businesses and organizations like that, they have internal policies and procedures that say they have to get these devices wiped. Um, which what that means for us, or really anybody as the buyback company, we have to provide a certificate of data destruction for each and every device that comes through the
Are
door.
you guys R2
We're
certified?
not R2, no.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Um,
I
but
didn't
you
know.
only need
Some
to
people are, some people are, you don't have to be.
you don't
So,
have to be,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
We've only had maybe a couple companies that couldn't work with us because we weren't R2,
Mhm.
but the reason we're not is because we haven't been denied business because of it. Only less than a handful of times, honestly. So,
Right. That's
um,
awesome. Yeah, no, it's not a requirement. It's a choice.
we kind of
Okay.
run our business
Mhm.
like we are R2 certified, though, with the SOPs and procedures and all the chain of custody and all that. So,
Mhm.
I mean, as soon as we're ready to be R2, which I can see it in the near future,
Right.
it shouldn't be that hard for us because we're already doing
Yeah.
it basically.
That's awesome. Yeah, because there's some larger R2. I think last year, the year before, they had some sort of regulation about downstreaming to other R2s or
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Something around that. Yeah. Which would
Yeah.
probably be the reason we go ahead and do R2, is for all the downstream and upstream vendor relationships.
Great. Well, it looks like you guys are moving in the great direction. That's exciting. So my last question is, what market trends are you seeing right now in used devices? Is there anything surprising going into 2026? I'm excited for the day when we're talking about buying and selling robots. I'm just like, when is that coming?
I literally joke around about that, but I'm actually serious. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
we'll be buying. People are like, what happens when there's no more phones? And I'm like, well, first of all, there's going to be phones for a long time because Apple, Samsung, these guys make way too much money on them and don't even have to change anything these days. It's mind blowing. But
Right.
I'm like,
Right.
they're not getting rid of that for a long time. But I always say, it doesn't matter if they get rid of it. There's going to be something, whether it's, the Meta glasses that they're coming out with, or the AR, VR headsets, or when Elon wants to get his humanoid robot fleets out here, we'll be buying and reselling those and repairing them. And I'm sure there'll be, robot repair shops, just like there's, there probably will be,
I don't doubt it. I'm like, we're like in the RFA, we're already looking forward to content. Like we're literally like, what can we prepare? Like even for like the vacuums and just the
Yeah.
robotics that are inside houses, the refrigerators, and we have a special program that we just launched with OnPoint to do these other types of repairs in home services. And we think cell phone shops are the perfect people to actually fold into this is seamlessly, and it's just getting the owners to realize that this is the future in home services, focused on things like furniture that has a robotic piece to it that needs a board replacement, a chip replaced, a levy replaced, where you may see a couch and you may think, I'm not a furniture person. Well, no, this is electronic now. It's got, the refrigerator. I'm not an appliance person. Well, no, but it's a Samsung like tablet inside the thing,
Yeah.
It's changing the mindset.
That's the mindset that everybody needs to have. And yeah, just tinker around with it. Go buy a broken one and just tinker around. I'm sure. I don't know how to fix
Even better though. RFA is we're working on content.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with OnPoint and all the companies behind it. So it's so exciting that we launched it like, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago. We've already got claims coming over and going to stores. I mean, just this morning I opened the email where the claims come in and we had like 6 claims already this morning for just different in-home things, like smart refrigerators and the screen's gone out and the furniture. So if you're not an RFA member or you have no idea what I'm talking about with the OnPoint, reach out, join RFA, or you can just go to our website. There's actually a page about the OnPoint, because this is definitely the future when you talk about robotics and smart homes and all of that. And RFA, we're definitely on the edge of that. So yeah, I'm excited to see like used robots on the market.
It's going to happen.
What does that even mean?
It's going to 100% happen. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind.
Well, we'll be there. We will be working in that.
See that anybody that's on the cusp and doesn't want to do the RFA membership, right there, that's going to pay for your membership alone right there. Just learning all of that and getting a new revenue stream. So
yes, the future. Okay, so anything else you want to talk about? Black Friday's coming up, so you guys have a lot of stuff for sale on your website. What if somebody wants to buy bulk? I mean, do they just reach out to you guys?
Yeah, so reach out. You can always email us. We have on the bottom of our website, if you scroll all the way down to the footer, there is a wholesale section on there with a form. Fill that out and we'll get back to you and send you a whole list of all the items we have, and we price everything out. So there's no, guessing back and forth, all of this. It's all listed and priced out. And yeah, you can always reach out to me on LinkedIn as well, just Christopher Hale. But yeah, I'm always willing to, work with really anyone, or just at least talk and have conversation. And even if we don't do business together, at least maybe we can have some kind of connection. And I just love to brainstorm with like-minded people. And I've been through it all. I've been through, just repairing and buying and selling out of my house, to opening 2 stores, to getting rid of the 2 stores, and now having a full-blown warehouse that, so everything e-commerce, we know everything e-commerce too. So, I mean, we kind of know everything, and then all the business acumen that it takes to get here too. So the point is I can basically talk, and I love.
That's a great resource. You're a good friend to have. I mean, if you get getting in the industry or you're in the industry.
Exactly.
It's always good to have people to brainstorm with. So, okay, awesome. Well, you guys check out Smartphones Plus, and if you're not an RFA member, Chris is a member. He's been a member for a long time. Soon he's to be switching to vendor. So he'll have some special deals for you guys. But we just wanted to get on here and celebrate their accomplishment with being listed as the 2025 Inc. 5,000 list for fastest growing. And yeah, just let you guys know what they do. So, all right, Chris, thank you for getting on with me. And I guess we will talk again in the future.
Great.
Everybody have a good Thanksgiving, and I hope everybody has a really good Black Friday.
Thanks, guys. See you, Nicole.
See ya.